Hi everybody, as the title of this video suggests, I'm coming out with my long dreaded state of the collection after 5 years. And well, you make of it what you will. Put that off. Oh goodness me, look at the state of this collection. Yeah, so many. I'll probably have to focus in and pan around them. So I count that there are 54 here. Oh, wait a minute, at 55. I forgot my Casio Royale, which I had on my big fat wrist. So, there we are. And we've got all kinds. We've got a couple of shake-only ones that I haven't set. Some Vostoks. Ooh, what else we got? Oh, we've got the Space Watch, which I can't really get the lighting for. Yeah, some more Vostoks, Steel Dive, Tandoori Orange Dial, ooh, all kinds of things. So yeah, might be the best way to do this. Give you a taste of 5 years of fanatical collecting. I should have 55 watches. Most of the ones at the back are Casios. And yeah, Casios, there's the Bernie. That's my Proxima. And the Orient. And the Tactical Frog, among many others. And we're here on Sunday, so 2 days after my last video clip with the whole boiling lot. I have actually got a bare wrist, which is most unusual for me. And what I've been really doing is just keeping the mechanicals wound and just monitoring the quartzes. And with the mechanicals, I'm also trying to work out the best angle for each of them. Because accuracy, I know it doesn't matter much when you're wearing them. So for example, let's see, so many to choose from, eh? So if we go to the latest acquisition, the Boltony, it seems to keep very good time when it's dial up, sort of flat on its back as it were. Whereas if I keep it at an angle, it loses a bit of time. Accuracy wise, the Russian watches are all over the place, but I'm a lot more satisfied with those than I am with this here Proxima, because the hand winding part of it, the mechanism, appears to have failed. It's winding a bit now, but sometimes it kicks in and out. So we've actually got it ticking, but it's very unreliable. So before this is much older, it might get a sentimental journey back to China. I've got it wound and set, now will it wind a bit more? The reason is best known to itself, it's winding again. I think there might be a little problem with the gears or something. But, see, look. I'll do that and give it a bit of a shake. Yeah, it's a bit sad because in other respects, this is a brilliant watch. Everything, the crystal, the bezel, the case, the bracelet, everything about this is fantastically good. And I hope it will keep working. Otherwise it will have a trip back to China, I hope. And by contrast, let's see. Yeah, we have our, let's focus on that. Yeah, our Proxima Avocado with a much older movement design is performing very well. It's only gained about 1 second since Friday. I'm well pleased with that. For that matter, this Steel Dive SD 1970, which is the other watch I still have with the PT 5000, winds quite well and is currently about, let me see, yeah, about 5 seconds behind, which is, you just can't explain it. And, Proxima is a much more expensive brand than Steel Dive, but I quite like the Steel Dive Willard rip-off, sorry, homage anyway. In the back row we mostly have quartz watches, or a few exceptions of course. Oh, and there's my other Proxima chronograph, which is wonderful. The quartz is pretty much hanging together in terms of timekeeping, but not so as you notice. I mean, these have been going for ages without adjusting, so we've got to have a bit of fair play. Oh, and there's my Vostok fake GMT. See if we can zoom and focus on that a bit. Yeah, that's really good. It's what was it saying now? Well, it's about 10 seconds fast in 2 days, so it's more than acceptable. Here we are on Monday evening, so that's day 4 of the collection viewing, and everything's here except for our mysterious code. Now, alright, it's got the name might sound strange to some people, but do you know what? I don't care. I also have 2 Bernies and a tactical frog. And I get really, really miffed when you hear people on YouTube saying, you won't see a watch with a ridiculous name like that on my wrist anytime soon. Yeah, well, get you, Judy. I like strange names. And it's that kind of people that's denied us watch nerds a chance to obtain a piece called a Welly Merc. A Welly Merc, which is a grand name for a watch. Think of some of the other names that you get for all kinds of pieces. One of the most famous ones, some people in Europe and other parts of the world call it a Psycho. And that's not just a shower thought. For me, I think all names sound a bit stupid in somebody else's language, even if it's not English. People get very chauvinist about that. Anyway, I'm sorry, that's the end of my rant, and I'll be back tomorrow with another quick look at some other things. Here's a collection late Tuesday morning, and I must remember to give everything a bit of a dust before I put it back in the boxes. This is day 5, if you like, of your exposure to my collection, so I hope you don't mind too much. So what I thought I might quick look today at some of the quartz pieces. So there's on the back row with the bad boys. I have the big time, a couple of the solar powered AQ series watch. I've got the square G-Shock, the big G-Shock, Castleton Proxima quartz chronograph, escapement time with the VH1 movement, Bolton solar powered chronograph, and last but not least the Fish 3 Duro. On the wrist today I've got this little known brand, Jacques Lemont, which is supposedly a sports fashion brand. This has a Japanese Miyota movement, and according to the claims in the catalogue, it was lovingly slapped together in Austria of all places. So I don't know, it's almost Swiss, but I like it. It keeps very good time, and yeah, I put it on a nice leather strap from AliExpress, so you can get them. So there it is. That's one more quick look at the lovely green dial, if I can, I can focus it a little bit more for you. And that's it for Tuesday. See you again tomorrow. We're here just before midday on Wednesday of our vigil. Everything seems holding up okay. Let's zoom in. And the Proxima, this has actually started to take a wind again. I think it was just a little bit of a glitch in the gears, but it's doing okay. It's keeping reasonable time. And mysterious code is falling behind a bit, but it might need a wind. The Vostoks are doing all right. They're all over the place as far as gaining or time is concerned. And only the hand wind one here with the black dial seems to be losing a bit. So there's that. My wrist pick for today is this Vostok. It's rated as an Amphibia, but I've got a nice green strap from AliExpress. And I don't know if you can make out the texture on the dial, which is really quite pleasant. And yeah, it gains a bit of time, but Vostoks tend to do that, you know. So I'll be back with you tomorrow for some more excitement, if you can believe that. So also bring you a couple of statistics for the collection in case you're interested, which you might not be. First thing is, how many AliExpress watches have I got out of the 55? Well, I count them as 18. So they're all ones up in the front. Quite a nice selection for a collection. And that would suggest that I have 38 watches that are not AliExpress. How many Russian watches are there? The answer to that is 14. But how many of those are not Vostoks? The answer is 1. Non-Vostok. It's Sturmansky with the little Sputnik that orbits the Earth. I don't know if you can hear the movement. Sounds like a ringing of tiny little bells. I know, yeah. But I do like this one. So I'll probably be banging this on the wrist today before I do anything else. I'll get back tomorrow for the last day with on the same facts and figures theme that I've been doing today. So there we go. So this is the last day of our little exhibition. So it's Friday to Friday, so it's 8 days effectively. So one question would be, how many quartz watches do I have out of the 55? Well, I counted 25. So Sherlock says there'd be 30 mechanical watches. One of my 2 most accurate mechanical watches, these are probably the top 2, we have the Proxima Avocado and the lovely Boltony Oyster 1926. Strange because the Proxima has a fairly old design, Seagull movement, which if most people know is based on a Swiss movement from the late 1940s, whereas the Boltony has a relatively modern Miyota 9039 high beat. So the Boltony, as far as I can make out, has been pretty bang on for the whole time. I just kept them wound. The Proxima, because it has this old Swiss/Chinese movement, I couldn't hack it, but it seems to me to have gained about 10 seconds in the whole week. So that was both pretty impressive, if you ask me. Arguably the least accurate mechanical I've got is this Komandierski with the really old Vostok 2414A movement, which is hand wind only, and the horrible date. And this apparently, well, it gains about 30 seconds a day. Might be just about to stop, however. But then, this was one of the cheaper things that I got. Not the cheapest by a long way. We'll see that in a little while. But this, I do like this. So I think it's supposed to be a Timex camper rip-off in terms of the dial. Anyway. Yeah, the most expensive watch I have overall is actually this Casio G-Shock. I don't really need to tell you how much it cost me, but it was way more than the next most expensive watch that I have. However, it's pretty much the only thing you ever really need, you know, if you weren't a collector. like a lot of us are. And these are the two most expensive mechanical watches. You have on the right you have the Orient Star, which I got in May of 2020. I had it delivered during the lockdown, but I don't feel too bad about that. And then of course there's the Proxima PX1703, which has started to behave itself quite well. The winding seems to have reasserted itself for now, but I'll keep a careful eye on that. But I do really enjoy both of these watches. And as for my cheapest watches, yes, we have the Peau de Gare 930B. You've got the Schme whatever it is, which is I think that's like the Casio rip-off. And of course you've got the famous Kommandirsky Heineken on the right. And you know, I do like green dials, although I haven't got as many of those as I would like. So let's put it like this, as far as I can work out, the two, one on the left, one in the middle, cost about the same as the one on the right. So that's AliExpress for you. As for the best value for money, I think without a doubt it's this Bernie sort of miniature Flieger, based off the Seiko thing. The only thing I don't like about it is a little crown, but it is as you can see, it's a VH31 sweeping quartz, and it has a titanium case. Yeah, it's still got a strap it came on, which is quite rare for me. If I tell you it cost about £40 for this, I'm well pleased with it, and it's pretty accurate as well. What do I think was the three most fun watches in the collection? Well, mostly, we've got from left to right, we have the Vostok Radio Room, the ever-loving Casio Royale, the AE1200, and this Proxima quartz chronograph. Proxima has been quite a pleasant surprise. And also, I probably think that these are the ones that get the most comments from people when I'm out and about. I mean, what the hell are you wearing up for? But no, some people are very nice about them. So, there's that. And this is the only watch I have in the collection that classes as Swiss made. I bought this in Kazakhstan in 2010, so I've had it nearly 15 years. And all I need to do with it is put batteries in from time to time. Apart from that, it keeps great time. It's also titanium with a sapphire crystal, and if I tell you, it also costs less money than than the big G-Shock. But I have to factor in things like inflation and currency values and stuff like that. But I do like this. It was my daily wear for about 6 years, I'd say. So, as you can imagine, I do like it. My recent tastes have gravitated towards solar-powered watches, although the Citizen Echo Drive with the green trim is something I've had for a few years now. I got it nearly 5 years ago when I started collecting. The other ones are all more recent acquisitions. And of course solar, you don't have to worry about the batteries too much. It should last something like in the order of 10 to 15 years, depending on when the piece was manufactured. Yeah, I like all of these. I bought a couple in shops here, and the rest of them are from AliExpress. Particularly the Tactical Frog, the Boltony, and what else? Well, that'd be it actually. All the other ones I got from local shops. Yes, I'm quite happy with that. And are there any watches in the collection that I would never get rid of? Well, these are the only two that I've had as presents. Which the one on the left is a Pulsar quartz chronograph, which was a present from my brother a few years ago. And the Citizen is one that I've had since 1992. It's by far the oldest watch I have. Sadly, it doesn't really work much anymore, although that might be a little project for the future. Otherwise, I should point out that I, buy all my watches with my own money. Although no one's ever offered me any online because I'm so a small channel, and I don't mind that. Keeps me out of trouble. But I do like both of these. With the Citizen, the bracelet and the case are a bit banged up, but the dial and the crystal particularly are in excellent condition. The last question that we might ask then is, which is my favourite? And to which I'd answer, none of them. I like them all more or less equally, even though some of them have a few foibles. For example, let's go home in on that one. Yeah, this Casio Edifice here, I went to get a battery in it, but for some reason, the repair guy, who is a professional, would only put one battery in. So the negative digital display works just fine, but the analog, I can't set it. So there's that, but it does look distinctive, I think. As for the other ones, well, yeah, I mean, I do kind of like all of them. As you can see, I wouldn't say I've got an eclectic collection because I've got quite a few Vostoks and Casios in there. But I don't think I'd get rid of any of these, even if they had a resale value, which I seriously doubt. But, I mean, the only challenge for me now is I'm going to get back to you with a wrap-up after I put everything back in the bloody boxes. God knows how long that will take. So this is the last view. Enjoy. Well, there you go, everyone. That was my 55 watch collection after 5 years. I hope you didn't find that too long or too tedious to sit through, or if you did. I don't want you to like or subscribe particularly, though if you wish to do so, that would be wonderful. What I would ask of you is to look at the collection and tell me, are there any pieces you particularly like or dislike? Are there some things I should have more of, some things I should have less of? And yeah, what about the aesthetics of all of it? So yeah, this is me after an 8-day marathon session. Most of the things are back in the box, and yeah, so if you'd like to sort of send me a comment, that'd be great. In the meantime, I just hope that you have a great weekend and a wonderful week in general. I don't know when I'll be back, probably sooner than you'd want. And yeah, it might be something food based, or it might be something watch based. As I said, I don't play any favourites with these. But yeah, so I had a lot of fun doing that. So I did a little clip every day. And yeah, so you enjoy that, and take care everyone. Bye for now.